Well, I've made it to the Sand Lakes quiet area, and I'm on my way in with my first load. I'll carry in my barrel and some of my gear, and then I'll go back to the canoe. It's about 3/4 of a mile back in. Pretty easy trail to follow. This is an area that I've been to before. I've never canoe camped in here. I backpacked the North Country Trail before and camped on the lakes down here. And I've done some bike packing and ended up back in here and spending a night or two. Looking forward to canoe camping in it, make an adventure out of it by portaging between the lakes and checking them out. Hopefully it'll turn out to be a fun little adventure. I've got the canoe and I'm heading down. It ended up being about 700-meter port from the parking area to the first lake, so not bad at all. I'm making my way across the first lake. This water is crystal clear. I made it to the other end of the first lake. I decided to take a few casts before I started my portage. Just as I was bringing the lure up alongside the boat, a really nice fish was chasing it and backed off, and it looked to me like it was a trout. I didn't know if there were trout in this lake or not. It's definitely deep enough. There is a lake in here that does have trout, so it could. I'm going to take a few more casts and then I'm going to make my way across to the next lake. I made it to lake number 2, and it is a mucky shoreline mess. I'm having second thoughts about trying to get to this lake tonight, because if it's mucky like this all the way around, it's going to make it difficult to find a campsite. So I might just stay on lake number 1 tonight and have some dinner and just take it easy. So unfortunately, I already carried my gear over here. I can do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow after doing a little fishing in the morning. And then we'll get on lake number 2, get camp set up tonight. I'll have a northern view, so perhaps get to see the northern lights if I'm fortunate. Just heading back to a campsite that I saw on lake number 1. I can feel the temperature dropping already. It's supposed to get down to 0 degrees Celsius tonight. So I'm going to get camp set up and get ready for a cold night. For dinner tonight, I'm having a few sauteed scallions with a couple eggs, salt and pepper, and some hot sauce. And I also have some Monterey Jack cheese to put on top. The temperature is dropping pretty fast, so I decided I'd have a little fire right down here by the water's edge. I didn't want to have one up by the hammock because I put my hammock right over the fire pit area because that was the best place for it. And also there's a lot of pine needles up there, and we've had pretty bad spell of dry weather, so I just felt a whole lot safer doing it right here on the water's edge. I caught 0. Good morning. Just before I called it a night, I was putting my fish pole away and I decided to take one more cast, and I caught that really nice rainbow trout. I don't know if you can see this on the GoPro, but it is a beautiful rainbow trout. I had to keep it. It got damaged right up at shore when I was trying to release it. So I ended up having a nice fish dinner just before I went to bed. Taking a few casts this morning and didn't get any bites, but I think I'm going to take a little walk with the camera now, see if I can get any wildlife, and just warm up a little bit before breakfast. I know if I can find a piece of birch bark, it usually guarantees success on getting a fire going. Uh-oh, I ruined that one. You ever notice how the first pancake never turns out? Pancakes aren't pancakes without pure maple syrup. Even the weird one tastes good. After having a leisurely breakfast and a walk in the woods, I'm on my way to the portage, and then I'll be heading over Lake 2 and we'll see what that one's like. This port is about 450 meters long. It's a pretty decent trail. A little bit tight. You gotta watch some of the trees so you don't bang the bow of the canoe into them. Just heading out in lake number 2, and I realized I did not grab my sunglasses. That's not going to be good for fishing. Just a little bass. Come here, little guy. I drug the canoe across this grassy narrows and I made it to the third lake, and the water level here is very low. I don't know if this one's going to be worth trying to get out on. I actually don't even know if I can get out on it. I guess I'll poke around with the paddle a little bit and see how deep the muck is. It's that kind of muck that your foot gets stuck in. I can see deer have been out on it. But overall, this lake looks really shallow. Yeah, this drought is taking its toll on our smaller lakes. The smaller lakes have become very, very small. All right, I guess I will drag the canoe back to the second lake and work my way back to the first lake. Trying to rinse my feet off a little bit before I put them in here. All right, back on Lake 2. There's 3 lakes in here that are fairly short portages between. And there's 2 more lakes that are a little bit harder to get to. And based on what I'm seeing for the water levels on these 3, I think it'd be a waste of time to try to get to them. There's another real small one, which I don't even know if it still exists anymore. I'm really disappointed at how low the water levels are in here. We need lots of rain and some good wet winters. Just caught a bluegill on a egg-sucking leech pattern, but I don't know if the GoPro got it because it had some kind of lockup on it. So anyway, it seems to be working again. Let's see if I can get another one. Pretty nice bluegill. There's another chunky bluegill. Well, I didn't catch any trout in the designated trout lake, but I did get some bass and I caught some pretty nice bluegills. Haven't decided if I'm staying another night here. I was hoping the lakes would be a little bit better than what they were. So I've kind of covered all the area I can cover in here. Back on the 450 meter port to lake number 1. Back on lake 1. I'm just making my way across lake number 1, and then I'll be portaging back up to the Jeep. It wasn't a long trip, but it was just what I needed this time. On my way up here, I stopped by the M37 Meat Shack just south of Baldwin and picked up some jerky and some beef sticks, beef teriyaki, some good stuff. If you're ever passing through that area, it's worth the stop. They got a lot of good stuff there. This port back to the Jeep, the majority of it is uphill. Good thing I had my beef jerky. I'm almost back to the Jeep. I had fun on my little overnight trip here at Sand Lake's quiet area. Sometimes a little one-night stand is all you need. Anyway, I just want to say thanks for joining me on this little adventure. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next one.